Hey everyone, welcome back to Unveiling Beauty. So excited to be here with you today. I have a special co-host with me, Miss Danielle Kiesling. How are you?
Hi, good, honey. How are you doing?
I'm good. So good to see your face.
Oh, good to see yours too.
I like your fresh color too. Did you just do that yourself?
Actually, yes. I balayaged for Balayage, National Balayage Week.
Yes. Well, speaking of National Balayage Week, this is our first ever National Balayage Week, and we are partnering, of course, with Matrix to talk about all things balayage, and we've invited two of our favorite editors to come on and talk about everything around balayage, right?
Yes, it's going to be super exciting. And you know me, I love some balayage. So this is a
You sure do.
great program for me to be co-hosting with you.
I love it. All right, so why don't we jump right into our first guest?
Yeah, let's do it. So I'm going to jump into Marion Machowski. She is a beautiful beauty editor. She's written articles for InStyle, 17, Elle, and many other consumer publications. I'm super excited to have you on, Marion. And how are you today?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me. This is such an honor. I'm a big fan of your work.
Awesome. You're so sweet. Thank you for being on with us today. How are you doing during this quarantine world that we're in?
We're surviving. My fiance and I adopted a kitten, which is very chaotic to do, but we couldn't be happier. And we're just here in Brooklyn doing our thing.
That's awesome. Good. I'm glad you guys are staying safe. So National Balayage Week, right? When is the last time that you actually colored your hair?
Gosh, so in terms of lifting like the dead highlights I have on my ends here that are in need of some attention, I think last summer was when we did like the whole full-on balayage. She was much shorter before this. She's been growing out. Last time I saw you guys at Matrix, we did a really cool red pinkish balayage moment back in November, December. So I went for Christmas looking like Ty from Clueless.
I love it.
I love it too. So with all this craziness in the world and COVID, has your beauty regimen changed? Has your hair care regimen changed?
Absolutely. I mean, I was meaning to, right before lockdown happened, I was supposed to get a cut and color and all that good stuff. Then it happened, everything shut down. And I've just been dealing with having my long hair again. I feel like my skincare and hair care routines have become a lot more extensive because I just want to feel something, and I'm inside and I need stuff to do. So I've been doing lots and lots of hair masks. I'll do a full blowout sometimes just because we've got a lot of time to do it. And even though my hair is long, again, like my arms could use the workout. We're inside.
I love
Good
it.
blowout.
Yeah. So I feel like as much as before quarantine, I was doing like a lot of air drying because I just needed to get on with my life and get out there and be quick with everything that was going on at home. But now it's like, why not? I have the time. Having a blowout makes me feel normal. I'm going to do it.
Yeah, you're embracing the time, right? For practicing when we do get to go out and show off, right?
Totally. And it's been interesting because this is my natural color up here. And then I guess you can kind of see where the balayage was happening. I get brassy. So I've been using the Matrix purple shampoo and the conditioner to sort of just like tone everything. The Blonde Threesome product has been my lifesaver because it's really just eliminated those orange tones.
Yeah. So for everyone who's wondering what those amazing products are, it's our Total Results Brass Off collection. Love it. It's like I'm going to call it like a cult favorite. It's like everyone's favorite, any blonde's favorite product to use. It just keeps it really beautiful. Your hair hydrated, cancels out any underlying warmth that you don't want to see, and keeps your blonde looking good forever. So talk to me about, like last time, you mentioned, last time we did a Matrix Soul color called like a pinky red. So you're definitely daring with color. Like, where do you think you want to go next?
I don't know. I feel like quarantine has done some weird things to me. I was really looking at like hair dye, like should I dye this whole thing green? Because, it's lifted at the ends and there are some highlights going on there, but I feel like I just need something. Matrix always has really cool colors. So whenever I would get my hair colored with you guys, there was that big color wheel of all the hairs. And I'm like, I want that one. I want the most dramatic thing because it's fun. Why not? We should always play. But I feel like, as soon as we're allowed to get out of here and I can get an appointment, I'm probably going to do something just different than this.
Yeah. So you're open to getting really creative.
Absolutely. And you guys have really cool creative colors, and I don't know, I'd like to tap into what's going on there.
Okay, good. I'm going to start thinking about what I want to do now.
You just opened up a whole nother.
Yes. You never tell a colorist to go and do whatever they want, because that's like a dream come true.
Yeah, it's like, I'll give you the creative freedom. I trust you. It's fine.
Awesome. All right. Well, don't go too far. We're going to switch to our next editor, but we're going to come back with you in a little bit and do some fireside questions. Sound good?
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
All right. Amazing. So our next editor that we have is Marissa, and I hope I get this right, Petraka, who is the Us Weekly Beauty and Style editor. So welcome to the show.
Thanks so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Thank you. So excited to be with you. Did I butcher your name or did I do all right?
You did a great job.
Awesome. Very good. Well, thanks for spending some time with us today. Talk about what's been going on with your hair routine. Like, when is the last time you colored? What is your kind of go-to moment with your hair right now?
Sure. So I haven't had my hair colored in probably like a year, which I know is insane as a beauty editor, but I've been getting my hair balayaged for so many years now that like it just works for me because I have natural highlights. Like, it's a perfect transition since I don't get my hair colored that often, if that makes sense. But besides that, I've been giving it just like basic love with shampoo and conditioner and occasional blowout to make myself feel better.
That's awesome.
So since we've been in COVID and we've been in lockdown, have you been going into the salons to get blowouts? Has that changed? How have you been managing, your salon routines or anything like that? And have you had time to think about, like, are you going to do some major haircut or major color change once we get more normal?
Honestly, I've been from staring at my long hair for so long at this point, I'm super into the idea of maybe doing like a long bob. I've also been seeing so many celebrities with that look on Instagram that I'm really tempted. But at the same time, like, this has been a great opportunity to like embrace DIY, like self-care, and do a lot of different hair masks on my own hair and just give it a lot of love. So I'm kind of torn.
Yeah.
We're going to have to think about what we want to do on you too.
Major hair envy. I love long hair. So I'm like, oh.
I know.
Beautiful hair.
As soon as I get it cut, I know I'm going to want my long hair back.
Totally. That's kind of what everyone does. They're like, I hate my long hair. They cut their long hair. Like, I want my long hair back. It's kind of like the natural flow of progression with hair. Exactly. So you mentioned celebrity, and we're huge fans of Us Weekly, and you guys cover a lot around celebrity. Think about some of your favorite balayage celebrity looks. Anything that is like an iconic look that you're just in love with?
Sure. Well, I definitely was super inspired by Jessica Alba for so long. Like, she had this wonderful, like, light brown ombre for a while. And very specifically, I remember Rihanna stunned on the red carpet at, I think, the 2013 Grammys with this gorgeous dark brown copper look. So stunning.
Gorgeous. I mean, could they do any wrong?
Never.
No. Well, gosh, thank you so much. I love getting the spill of the tea from somebody that writes really this closely and works with celebrities and writes about it. So I, thank you for spending the time and giving us a little dish. And I think we're going to bring back on Marianne as well, right?
We are. Hey, welcome back.
Thank you.
All right. Now we have everybody together here. And I know we're going to turn the cards to you guys now to ask some questions to us. So who wants to start?
I mean, I can kick it off. It's been a weird year, man. It's been a weird year. We're in August. Fall is happening, whether we like it or not. What kind of hair trends are you guys seeing for fall, and / how different or similar would they be from previous years?
When I think about what's happening for fall, I think styling is having a moment, and here's why. I think self-care and styling, because people are home, they have more time, they're experimenting more, they're playing more, they're getting creative, like the whole curtain bang thing. They're like, okay, let me try it. Oh, like low ponies, let me see what I could do to expand it and make it look a little more luxurious. Like, they're really taking to the whole DIY aspect of hair. And then, of course, self-care. Really, you guys talked about it already, like all the masking, all the ways that we could really build the protein and hydration back into the hair so that when you do go back into the salon, if you haven't already, your hair's in such great shape that you could really get creative. And I think coming out of this, a lot of people are going to try new things. I think people are less afraid of trying something new. I mean, we've definitely been trying something new the last 6 months of our lives. So I think people are walking out of this going, why not, right? Let's try something.
So true. So true. I totally agree. DIY hair.
We're going to roll in with really, really healthy hair, and you'll see me with my accident bangs that I just chopped myself after I couldn't take it anymore.
I might know a hairdresser or two who can help you.
I have another question.
Okay.
Are there any specific like products or ingredients you would avoid if your hair has been balayaged?
Balayage. I love balayage too. I love balayage too.
You're gonna balayage and then use balayage.
That's what I always say. Actually, I'm like, you're gonna use balayage after you balayage. But as far as avoiding products, you just, when you're lifting hair or lightening hair, we go through stages and processes, and kind of what you were saying, Marianne, your hair tends to like get a little bit brassy. So there's definitely different control products to control that. And Nick was saying earlier about our brass off, we've got So Silver, and then we've got our Envy line. And each one of those are designed to do different things or control different tones. So our So Silver is going to control lighter hair like mine without over depositing. If I put Envy on my hair would literally be green, because that is to control red undertones, so on really dark levels. So when you're working with balayage, you want to make sure that you're walking away with the right hair care in order to control the tone in which they lifted you to. But basically, that's the only thing that I would say that, you want to avoid the wrong tones. But as far as, balayage is giving the chance to have a lived-in blonde, and it's also not as harsh on the hair because it's cool to have roots. It's cool to have the shadow. It's nice to not have to go into the salon or get retouched every 6 to 8 weeks with highlighting. So, one thing that you alluded to is health and the care and the mask treatments. And, those are like, I just educate my guests all the time about like taking the time to repair the hair, because however we slice it, it's going to be lifted with lightener, right? So you want to just repair the hair in between services and, kind of embrace the root, embrace the shadow, and keep away from those crazy products that are going to over deposit. And that's it.
How often would you recommend doing a mask if you did have some serious lightening done?
I mean, with my hair, I probably mask my hair at least once a week. What I do always talk about with everyone is like, your hair is a sponge, right? And so if you soak out the water with a towel before you put your mask in, it's going to absorb the mask so much more. If you had a sponge and it was soaking wet with water and you dropped it into the sink, it's already full of water. But if you have a dry sponge and you dropped it into the sink, it's going to take all the water in. Your hair is exactly the same. So, a lot of the times if I educate and say, hey, towel dry your hair as much as you can, get all that dampness out, and then put your mask on, take a wet brush, massage it through, you're going to feel that your mask is not only going to feel better in the hair, but it will also keep you from using so much product. So you can, get that expensive mask to last you a longer time.
The other thing I wanted to throw in there too, to the whole masking thing, if you want to layer on masks, I don't know if you've ever played with the Balayage packs. What's great about those, they're the small ones. You could travel with them, throw them in the shower, throw them in your bag. You can use one time you could do the Hydra one. That's going to give you hydration. Another time you could do one for color care. So you're going to get different benefits out of the different masks that you use. So if you want to use them a couple times a week, that's okay. It's just not something I would use every day. And by mixing it up, you're going to really make sure that you're building the structure of your hair back and keeping your hair as healthy as possible.
Adding to that, do you have any tips to like make your mask work even better? Say like putting on a shower cap or something like that to make it really soak into your hair?
Yeah, I would say anytime you have the opportunity to isolate the heat that comes off your scalp, it's going to add to the penetration that the product goes into the hair strand. So yes, definitely put a what do you call it? A cap on. Sorry, I'm like, what do you call that? A shower cap on it to hold in the heat. Also, if you put it on in the shower and at the beginning of your shower, and you put like a hot towel around your hair, or if you put the hot towel on top of the cap, and then while you're taking a hot shower, that's all just going to really help with the penetration of the product into the hair.
Yeah, I've even done it in the sun. So like I've even put it in my hair, wet my hair down, put it in like a ponytail with the mask, go sit out in the sun, you know, just to like, you know, you're out there if you're enjoying some vitamin D or tanning or whatever, you know, might as well, you got to get in the shower when you come back in anyway. So you might as well enjoy the benefit, right?
Doesn't hurt to protect from the sun.
Maximize your quarantining.
Yeah, I like that.
And I know you guys mentioned like people are going for different things after quarantine. People are sort of like experimenting with new things. What kind of trends are you seeing your clients asking for? Are they like, let's go full pink, let's go 2014, bright red Rihanna?
Well, I think people are definitely getting more daring. You know, I've been talking to a lot of the stylists that work in our salons across the country, and it's pretty universal with people aren't really afraid anymore of like experimentation with their hair. They're like, you have an idea, let's try it. Why not? Within reason, obviously. But people are just in this space of loving the connection that they have with their hairdresser, the ability to go back into the salon safely. That bond that you have with a hairdresser is really important. You know, when you think about people that are really, you know, vital to your life, like your hairdresser plays such a huge role in your whole life. So having that bond back together, I think people are just very excited to get back into the salon. People are excited to try something new, and they're excited not to have to do it themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting too. I found that what you guys were saying earlier is, you know, people have been watching all these videos at home and we've broke their routine, right? Like people are coming in so regularly that everyone was in a mechanical routine. And now that they've had the time to like open up their eyes and watch all these videos, they are much more open. Like everyone's coming back into me and going like, I don't know, what do you think? Do you want to give me a shadow root? And I'm like, you've never wanted to change your hair in years. So I think that's probably part of the reason.
Yeah.
I feel like so many people right now, especially, are experimenting with different things at home on their own, like so many different DIY things. Is balayage something someone could do on their own at home, or do you just like super not recommend it?
I think I've seen a lot of people try to do it at home because it looks really easy, especially if you're watching anything on YouTube or Instagram. Like any true pro makes it look like it's a no-brainer, but they're having a lot of problems getting it to look like the pros do it. And I will just tell you, I pulled the reports for the Ulta salons. Now we have almost 1,300 salons, right? So the number is quite big. But the number one service that people are getting done right now is corrective color. So it's... People are trying and they're not really being very successful. So they're coming back to the pros to fix it. So I would say stay clear away from that. Work on more the rehydration and rehabilitation of your hair and let us do all the work to make it look really beautiful.
Hopefully people are listening.
Hopefully.
Yeah, and I feel like it means so much to your clients to see you again. It's like, you are our therapist in a sense. You are our artist. And then you just make us feel so good. And I have always worshipped at your altars, like pre-quarantine and everything. But now I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I miss this so much.
I know, right?
You know, I have to say the feeling's mutual though, because what I found being home is that I'm like, we got into this business because we love hair and we love people and we love to make people feel beautiful. And it's like we're doing a lot of like digital stuff. We're online. We're teaching people how to do their hair at home, but we're not getting, as hairdressers, we haven't been getting the love like to fill our cup back up because we haven't actually been able to physically do hair or physically change somebody. And so I find that it works both ways. And it's been interesting these last couple of months because I was like, well, I feel so empty, you know, and it's because we haven't had that client love. So
yeah. So we appreciate you guys just as much as you guys appreciate getting your hair done. And Also, I want to say I appreciate you guys taking time to be on the show with us today. So fun to catch up, hear what's going on in your world with your hair and your readers. I can't wait to see some of the new articles that you guys are working on. And in the meantime, thanks for joining us for National Balayage Week. So excited to see all the great balayage that all the hairdressers do around the country during this cool time. So hope to see you guys in person very soon. In the meantime, stay well, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you guys so much. I can't wait to see you in person.
Thanks.
Can't wait to reunite.
I know, it's going to be fun for sure. All right, ladies, take care.
Thank you, ladies.
Bye.
So Danielle, that was really fun. So love being with you on the show. I feel like it was a little bit of sense of normal of you and I getting together and talking hair and talking shop.
Right. I know. It's, we have such a great relationship and we've worked together so closely for Matrix and then with Ulta. And now it's like, we're so far away, but I really like these things do get me through, and, being connected and being able to share experiences still via digital technology now has been wonderful. So thank you for having me co-host for National Balayage.
Of course. So good to see you. All right, thanks everyone for tuning in today for National Balayage Week by Matrix. So excited to have you all here. Don't forget to share this on your pages for your friends and family to watch. Follow us on YouTube as well as Instagram. And don't forget to come back next week when you could see Sean Goddard and all things that are happening in Redken. Until next time, take care and we'll see you soon.